Welcome everybody to another episode of In Good Company. I am Dan Cunningham, CEO of Fact HVAC, and I am here today with Preston Hiller from Gecko Garage Doors. And we're going to cover some great information about the trades here in Arizona and hopefully give you some education about your home and some interesting updates you can make to it in the garage. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So give us a little bit of background. I know some of the background on the company, but where did Gecko Garage Doors come from, and how did you get into this industry? It's a very specific thing.
It really is. I tell people I was born into it, which isn't a response you probably get from most people. My dad was a garage door guy, and so it felt like as soon as I could hold the tools and help him on the job sites, kind of transitioned into once I could drive a truck. I was in a truck and out there, doing the service work pretty early on. So I actually have been doing it over 20 years.
Wow.
So having that track record, definitely seen the industry change a lot over the last few decades.
Awesome. Do you guys do more? Is it more service repair work, or is it more replacement, or new build, or?
Yeah. So it shifted a bit over the last few years. We've always been a repair heavy. Lots of repairs. We've always been sort of our main go-to. But in our area, a lot of stuff's been aging out. So we've been doing more replacements just based off of the neighborhoods that we serve in the West Valley. So I would say right now it's probably about a 70-30 repair to replacement. I would say maybe years past it was more like a 90-10. Okay. And currently we do work with a couple of smaller home builders, just doing more custom stuff, but we're not currently doing any of the big track home type jobs. We're doing hundreds of the same thing.
What is for me in HVAC, right? We can tell people in Arizona, most manufacturers will give you 10 years, right? Uh-huh. What is aging out in a garage door?
So we're in our area. There's a lot of track homes, and typical track homes, they put a fairly budget, door and operator in there. So those doors are really aging out in the 15 to 20 year mark. We're getting a lot of metal fatigue and stuff just from use. I would say, if you have a higher quality or a thicker steel door, as long as it doesn't get bumped into or blown in by damage from any wind or something,
your team doesn't drive into it.
You can just keep replacing the parts that wear, and they'll last practically forever. But because of the inferior materials they use on the builder stuff, it seems like that 15-year mark really seems to make a big difference.
Are you typically replacing the opener, or just actually all the rails, all the springs, everything else too?
So if they have original equipment, 15 years we'd say is really end of life on an opener. So if we were looking at a damaged door or a door that was failing, that was 15 years, we definitely would recommend a package, deal like, hey, this is already, going to be on its way out soon anyways, and you get discounts and stuff. Doing it all at the same time. Yes, when we do a door, we replace all of the parts, the tracks, any of the hardware. The only thing we reuse is some of the brackets from the ceiling. We just don't want to leave anything that could have wear and tear. And when you order a door, they kind of come that way. So very rarely will we do like what we'd call a sections only. If it was a newer door, somebody ran into it and that was all that was damaged, we might just do a few sections, but that's not often. But yeah, we definitely want to take all that old stuff out.
Got it. One of our things is like innovation, right? Mm-hmm. But air conditioners aren't that innovative. and honestly, the industry
I could argue differently, but sure.
Right. And so we've actually in the last 10 years started to see a real change in some of like manufacturers getting smarter technology,
it's going everywhere.
Just more advanced, from the communication devices, the connected devices, to even just the way that they build a board. I mean, some of these, we have one sitting out in the hallway that when you look at it, it's, the whole board in it looks like a computer, right?
Right.
And so we see that. What's the newer technologies? What's the advancements in that space?
Yeah, very similarly, they've put smart technology and Wi-Fi into just about everything. So almost all of the operators that we're putting in, we're actually a LiftMaster dealer. We mainly handle LiftMaster for new installs. And everything we're carrying in our line right now has Wi-Fi in it. So they've pretty much put it in all of their line. Same in some of the budget, maybe contractor models won't have it, but it's in most of them. So it's one of those things, you choose to set it up or not. But it's definitely something nice when we go to a customer's house, like, hey, this has built-in Wi-Fi.
Right.
We can quickly help you set it up. And then any smartphone, can log in, have the app, and can be used like a remote. And we tell people some of the greatest features are that you can be away from your house and somebody might be there that you want to let in. You can go into your phone and say, hey, just go through the garage and I'll open it for you.
I have one of those in my house.
Yeah.
It's worked out really, really well.
It can be a really useful tool. And the other thing LiftMaster's tied in is with the Amazon Key. So that's been a big change in our industry. Is if you set up with the Amazon Key, they can deliver packages into your garage with And you
I just want to be able to say, Alexa, open my garage, not to push anything.
Yeah, I know. They definitely have come a long way. They had some hiccups with tying into some of the whole home automation stuff, but they seemed like they worked out a lot of those bugs. So that's been the newest thing for us. Is I've got me and my technicians, we're used to nuts and bolts, and then we're like, oh, we're networkers now. Like we gotta. Now
you're in IT. Welcome
yeah, we're
to
in
the party.
IT. Exactly. they love it. At some points, we do, say, hey, those are good questions for the specialized IT team at LiftMaster or Genie or any of the big companies.
Sure.
But we do what we can, and a lot of times people just need a little help just getting through the process.
The setup
which we're happy to do. Yeah.
Got it. What are the big plans moving forward? What are you guys looking to expand into, or growth for the company? What are you working on?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely we believe in our model of really serving the customers as best we can, and when you have a good product, you really want everybody to have an opportunity to experience that. So we're trying to become be able to cover more of our area and expand, so that we can be a service company for more people. So right now we're working on getting into a larger building that'll allow us not only to grow our staff and have other great technicians add to our team, but especially through the last few years, there's been a few hiccups with inventory and supply chain stuff that kind of opened our eyes up to we might want to be a little better about storing more to be able to provide better service with having more parts on hand and more supplies and options for our customers. So we're trying to get some more warehouse space so that we can fill those needs if and when they come up.
When they show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I should ask that. What area are you based in, and kind of what areas do you serve? Because that's obviously a core thing.
Right. So we're based in Surprise and definitely West Valley. We do go further. We have several accounts for real estate companies and real estate management, property management companies, and so we'll go a little further for them because we serve a lot of their houses. So really depending, we've done some bigger jobs for custom home builders. We've done some jobs in Sedona and Flagstaff.
Further out.
But those are bigger jobs and for specific customers. But mainly we stick to the West Valley. Really for us, since we do a lot of repair, we kind of need to stay within about 45 minutes to an hour of our central location for that to be cost effective. The windshield time doesn't help anybody.
No, fuel prices haven't helped anyone.
We're definitely working towards expanding the East Valley in the next year or so. Because, like I said, we really do want to be able to offer that to anybody in the valley.
Cover at least Phoenix,
right?
Metro,
but right now, really, if you've got a repair, it's West
Valley.
Valley. So, and which I said, 30, 45 minutes. There's some places we can get to Scottsdale pretty quickly with the freeways. But yeah, we don't really go to Gilbert, Mesa, Ahwatukee, Santan Valley. Those are out of our jurisdiction for
outside
the most
of that
part.
world.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
You don't want to go to Santan? Come on, it's right
yeah,
down the
it would
street.
have to be a special job for that. not for a small repair. No.
That's awesome. Yeah, we cover the whole valley, obviously, but
that's great.
We have a couple techs in Santan.
Yeah.
Who the first calls in Glendale, they're just like, but why?
yeah, we do have really trained and talented office staff, and we do try to schedule to make sure we've got our techs going, not leapfrogging over each other and reaching out to the, so they do a really great job with that, and that helps keep us on time and help us on time for our appointments. I would say that's something we really pride ourselves is we show up when we say we're going to show up. We keep tight windows. We have 2-hour windows typically.
Nice. Okay.
So, and in our dispatch programs, alert the customers that we're coming, and they really like that.
Sure. Yeah, they get the text messages and stuff like that.
Absolutely. It seems like there's no such thing as too much communication. The more you can send, the happier they are.
The more information they have, the better the expectations are set. The better you can meet them.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, that's an interesting segue, and you may have already covered it in that answer, but what do you think is the biggest distinction about your brand versus some of the other competitors out there? I mean, obviously a 20-year plus track record in the industry, everything, but...
Yes, I would say for us, just the whole customer care, from start to finish. We really do strive to build relationships long term. I mean, almost everybody, at least in our area, has a garage door, knows people with garage doors. And so for us, we really want them to just say, I have my garage door people, my guy. So we know that relationship is really important. And so part of that is not only being great on the front end, friendly people answering the phone, getting there on time, honoring their busy schedules, being fair with the pricing, but, stuff that happens afterwards, whether it's, questions or, hiccups with whatever it is. You can't avoid all the issues. We prioritize them and make sure they get taken care of quickly and professionally, so that there's always a good connection between us and the customer, and we honestly feel like we have the best customers. They've just been so good to us, and share our name with family and friends and neighbors, which keeps us open and keeps us being able to grow and
right.
Have these opportunities to do those things.
Referrals are the best. I mean,
absolutely.
When you get customers who actually sing your praises, shout it out even on Facebook or share with their friends. Next door's been a big one for us as well. Like when they share with their neighbor who's looking for something, that just is the best. It's like, oh, my neighbor told me about, and it's like, yes, you did so well.
we live on that, and on honesty, I mean, we're doing the same things day in and day out, year after year. The greatest highlights are some of the wonderful things our customers have said and what they've done. A lot of times that's the most reward we get out of some of those things. So we definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, where can people find out more about you?
Well, we have our website, so geckogarage.com. You can give us a call. We are on Facebook. You can reach us out, like our page, and we're on Instagram. We obviously, just like anybody else, we got to cover and be all the places everybody is. So if you Google Gecko Garage Doors, you'll find us. But yeah, we would love just reach out and even if you have a question or whatever. We're friendly. Awesome.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us on In Good Company and coming by the studio and checking it out.
Yeah.
Everybody else, look them up. You got garage door needs, call Gecko Garage Door, and Fact HVAC for all your AC needs.